What's going on, YouTube? It's your main man back with the game plan once again. CCI family is most definitely in the building. Check it out. I got a gangbuster for you today. You see, I got my man Michael Myers with me. Why? Because we killing this game right now. No pun intended. But we is killing this game right now. If you remember not too long ago, several times I've mentioned one company in particular. And I hope that you took heed each time I mentioned it. The name of the company is Modine Manufacturing. And that's ticker symbol MOD. Okay? For those who haven't taken heed yet. All right? Now, if you remember, when I used to mention them all the time, we had gotten up to around $145 a share before the rigmarole. Okay? And what I mean by that, around in the late part of January, when we had Q1 earnings come out, or excuse me, Q4 earnings come out, what they had placed as far as guidance in the earnings, a lot of the top investors, I guess, weren't feeling it at the moment. So they pulled out some, the stock dropped some. Then the rigmarole started with Mr. T and all. Okay, so after that began, everyone went down a little, including Modine. Okay, but since the pickup, and I do mean pickup, they've done a 360 pretty much almost. All right, and I've told you time and time again that it would return to all-time highs. Okay, that dip that we took for those months was a buying opportunity. Remember, I can't tell you what to buy, hold, or sell. I'm just giving you the education, letting you know this is how the game is played. And that time that was given was more than ample enough time for you to make an educated decision on whether or not you wanted to go all in or even start purchasing shares of this stock. Me personally, I took full advantage, buying more and more each time, because I knew the way that the world is going, doing my own research and due diligence that I keep pounding into you to do, that this company would return to all-time highs. And as they started those wheels turning, well, let's just take a look at where we were and where we are. All right, taking a look at the charts here, you can clearly see that during the time of the beginning of December 2024, we were sitting at our all-time high, which was $146.84 per share. Okay, that was the high on the 2nd of December that day. All right, now shortly after that, which was January, that's when the Q4 earnings came out, and we had some disagreements with guidance. It dropped us down a little bit. Then, as I always say, the rigmarole started. Okay, and you know that's with the tariffs and so on. Okay, so during that time we came down again, and taking a look during about the month of April, we were pretty much hitting rock bottom, which was past my even buy-in point from the first time. Okay, which was $72.67 a share we were closing at. And that was around between the 1st and the 7th of April, as you see, okay? So, knowing that that was around our bottom, and I'll show you you can't really judge the bottom, okay? Just like you can't judge the top. But you can have an inkling of where you should mellow out a little bit. And I'll show you that later, okay? But being that was where I saw I should kind of draw my line, I had started reevaluating my shares in this stock. Okay, so what that means is when I saw the shares dropping below a certain number, say for instance $104, $105 a share, we're getting down to that amount, I was already eating some, which is taking a little off the top, putting some aside for a rainy day. And that rainy day came in April. When we got to this point, it's go time. Okay? So now, not only did I put back in, but now I'm starting to DCA into the stock again every day, knowing that we're going back pretty soon to that all-time high. All right? So it may have taken a little while, but patience is more than a virtue in this game. Okay, you cannot rush this game in any way. So we played with the 80s for a while. We played with the 90s for a long while. We flirted with the 100, the 104 again, even 111, coming back down to the 90s again. And now, ladies and gentlemen, if you just take a quick look here, we're back to $134.56 a share as of Thursday. Not only that, in the past 3 months, you can see we're up 59.75%. Okay, almost 60% in the last 3 months. And as of Thursday, we were up 18%, almost 20% on the day. Okay, that's what I mean by staying 10 toes down in this game, doing your research, knowing your company. This company, mark my words, is going to surpass the all-time highs before the end of this year. Question is, will you gain from it? This stock within the next few years will most definitely be a life-changing stock if you play it correctly. And now, just to give you a little bit of last-minute information on this company, if you haven't heard from the previous videos, Modine Manufacturing started as a heating and cooling company before we were born. Okay? They've been rolling for years. Now they're transforming into this cooling company. Now, I'm putting this in the layman's terms for you. If you want the technicals, do your research. But as for layman's terms, they're turning into a company that is determined to be the top company in cooling these data centers all over the world. And remember, some of these data centers, they go from the size of football fields to the size of a state. And the way that technology is moving forward at a rapid pace, you feel me? They're here for the long run. Okay, now on top of that, they just acquired Scott Springfield. That's the company out of Canada. Okay, now if you don't know, Scott Springfield makes high performance air handling units. Okay, which are basically the lungs of data centers as well as hospitals, etc. Okay, so they acquired them, which they've acquired their two largest facilities as well. One is for optimized high volume production. The other is strictly for custom builds. Now, all of this is under one roof under Modine. To the moon is out of the question. Okay, it's beyond the moon. And on top of that, the CEO, Neil Brinker, has already said that he's looking forward to $2 billion in data center revenue by 2028. And I see them getting there way before that. Okay? I can't tell you whether to buy, hold, or sell. Don't want to get in any trouble with YouTube here. This is strictly financial education that I indulge in and love, and I'm sharing it with you. I'm not a financial advisor, just a lover of the market. Okay? So with that acquisition, they've got chillers now, they've got ventilation, and now they got the AHUs all under one roof. You feel me? I mean, you can't even ask for much more. Modine is going. Question is are you going with him? I'm going to ride with him. You feel me? So I want to thank y'all again for rocking with me today. If this is something you're interested in, please hit the like button, subscribe, come on back in. We're going to be doing big things. It's going to take some time, just like these shares take time. But I love y'all to be along for the ride. All right? So until then, have a great week ahead, a blessed week ahead, and a financially successful week ahead. And I will see you on the next one. Peace.